Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dad's Diner and the Fab Pharaoh 5 Kitchen. I wanted to give a huge thank you to everyone watching tonight and who have been watching my videos over the last 12 days. That's how many days that I've been posting videos on YouTube publicly on this channel. And today I crossed the 200 subscriber mark, which I can't even imagine. My intent for these videos was to have friends and family, maybe 10 or 15 subscribers that can watch these videos, but to have the number of views that I've had on this channel over the last 12 days and 200 subscribers really is humbling. Thank you all for your supportive comments, your suggestions, and to keep those coming because I have fun doing this. I want it to be entertaining for everybody watching, and continue to do videos. This is a fun thing to do. So thank you all again. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have a pretty quick meal tonight. I'm doing chicken wings with feta cheese dressing, some carrot sticks and celery sticks on the side, your classic big game type of meal or appetizer. And yeah, stay with me and we'll be right back. So one of the things I like to do when I'm at my local grocery store is look for deals. And I think I found a deal on these wings. This was a pack of about 7 or 8 wings, full wings with tips, pre-seasoned with a bourbon black pepper seasoning for about $3.50, which I think is a pretty good deal. To these wings, I also added a tablespoon of baking powder. And I find that doing that to the wings before I put them in the oven helps to get the outside nice and crispy as they cook, as well as placing them on a wire rack to allow the air to circulate around the wing. Unfortunately, I don't have a convection oven. I would put this on convection if I had that to let the air really circulate in there, but I should still come up with a pretty crispy wing. So I've mixed that in, the baking powder in with the pre-seasoned wings. I'll put these on the rack and bake for about 40 minutes. Check the doneness. Probably will need to flip them over one time just to get both sides pretty evenly heated or close to the burner. And maybe another 10 or 15 minutes after that, and they should be ready to go. Well, I overestimated because they're pretty good sized wings, but there's 6 wings in there. Still, I think a good deal for $3.50. This will be plenty of a meal for me tonight. Okay, I mentioned I'm going to make some dipping sauce for the wings, and I also wanted to mention that I like to make sure that I have my celery sitting in some nice cold water, probably a few hours leading up to when I want to eat it. It makes it nice and crisp, and especially gives that cooling sensation when you're eating it with hot wings. Tonight's wings won't be as hot as a buffalo wing, but still it will be good to have these nice and crisp. So I'll be making a small batch of the dipping sauce tonight, or the dressing. I want to start with about 2 ounces of feta cheese. This is the brand that I'm using tonight. Just happen to have that in my fridge. So 2 ounces of feta cheese, a 1/4 cup of incredible Greek yogurt. I'm not sponsored by Feta, but I think it's the best. I love the flavor of it. Nice heaping, incredible 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Juice of about 1/2 lemon. I'm a fan of citrus, especially in my dressings. So I might have gone a little heavy on that, but that's okay by me. I'm also going to hit it with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And just a small handful of some chopped parsley. Now all of this is going to go into a blender, so I'm not really worried about my my chops at this moment because it's just going to be blended together. Okay, so into my blending cup go these ingredients. And I probably could have put them all in here first. That would have been smarter of me, but I did want to measure the feta cheese, although I could have done that right in this container and not dirtied a dish, but live and learn, right? I also had an open container of cilantro lime sour cream in my fridge, so I'm adding some of that in just to give this a little more looseness and make it a little creamier. So just screw on the lid of this and let it go for a minute. So this is still a little thicker than I like it. I'm going to add a little bit of milk to thin it out. If we were making this as a blue cheese dressing, it would be mayonnaise and sour cream with blue cheese, of course, instead of feta cheese. So this is very close to that recipe. Honestly, this should be a little healthier because we're using Greek yogurt and a little bit of sour cream instead of mayonnaise, which is also nice. So now that I've blended this together, I'm just going to take a look at the consistency and make sure that the flavor is where I want it. The parsley in there has given it kind of a green tinge, but that's not a bad thing. You know what that needs? A little bit of salt. A pinch of salt. I'm going to put a little black pepper in there as well. Give this one more mix. Now I'm going to let this sit in the fridge and let the flavors meld together while my chicken continues to cook. Okay, these wings have been in the oven for about 25 minutes, so I'm just going to give them a flip. Cook the other side. You can already see that they're getting nice and crispy. This is just to make sure that there's even heat going around the wings and some of that heat isn't being blocked off by the pan below. So back in the oven for about another 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll check the temperature. We've been in the oven now for about 45 minutes. I just tested them just a moment ago, and they are above 165 degrees. And so we are ready to serve. There's our wings for tonight. This is our dinner. What I'm going to do, because I like to have them a little spicy, is toss them with some buffalo sauce. So I'm just going to put them in this bowl. So I'm going to toss these with a little buffalo sauce. So I've got them in a bowl here. I like a little spice with my buffalo wings. And so we'll see if I can actually get a toss on these. Yeah, not too bad. Without making a huge mess. These look really good. So here's my wings for tonight. And without dirtying another cup, I will put the incredible sauce in the incredible measuring cup. And that's what I'll use to serve my feta cheese dressing. Serving this with some crisp celery and some carrot sticks along with this incredible feta cheese dressing, and dinner is served. Thank you everyone for watching tonight and for supporting me through this last 11 days on this YouTube journey. Until next time, from Dad's Diner and the Fab Feral 5 Kitchen, order up!